Hey everybody, this is Elijah with Righteous River Fishing in Oregon, and today we're setting up the Piscifun Kraken electric reel, getting ready to get out on the big pond to chase big lingcod. Now this video is going to be short. It's going to be showing you how to set up this reel. Basically, there's an electronic display and there's some features you need to tune and adjust to get it proper and ready to go, including spooling it with your line. I'm going to be spooling this with 65-pound camo spider wire braid. I think that's going to be a perfect match. Let's get to it. Let's show you how to set up the Piscifun Kraken. Now, if you really think about it, there's not a whole lot you need to do to set this up. Primarily, you need to put line on it, right? But that's part of the demo, is making sure that you get it set with the right setting for the right line diameter so it reflects a correct number as you drop it down and raise it up. Also, we're going to be able to adjust the stop. So when you're reeling in your line, there's a safety. It will stop and not reel right into your eyelets. We're going to set that as well. I'm going to show that to you as well. I do want to show you a feature that you may not have considered, and that is that one of the unique things about the Piscifun Kraken reel is it comes in a left-handed model. Now, if you know anything about electric reels, you'll know that these are super rare. There's only one other electric reel like this that I've ever found. It's the Daiwa Seaborg. You have to get it directly from Japan, and it's more expensive. So this is a very compact electric reel. It comes with a left-handed reel if you'd like it. It also has a very small profile, and I love this push-button release. Man, this thing is really cool. But we'll go over the features later when we get into our other video, but right now we're going to learn how to set this up. So the first step is very simple. You got to hook the battery up. Now, I haven't found a power button for this thing. So basically, when you hook the battery up, it's on. If you want to shut it off, you need to unhook the battery. So one of the cool things about the portability of this Kraken reel is you can use it on a short leash and you can attach that to your rod like this. I want to show this to you. So this reel here is attached to the rod. Short cord. You don't have to hook it to your boat, okay? But you can also, if you want, I should show this to you. You can also hook the battery directly onto the reel, and that will even make it more compact. All right, let's give it a try. I actually have not tried this because this is not how I'm going to run it, but it is a super good feature that you should be aware of. But just like that, check it out. You can see that the display fired up and the battery's hooked directly to it. Of course, the first thing you actually want to do is actually break out your manual. I broke out the manual. I have a couple notes on here of the 3 important things, but if you go to page 9, that's going to be where it talks about doing your settings. And there's 3 settings we want to look at, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at it. The first thing you're going to want to do, let's look up. There's a pickup button. Try to get no reflection here, but there's a pickup button. That just automatically, very quickly picks up your line. There's a menu button, and there's a reset button. If you hold menu and reset together, it's going to put you into the mode you need to look at. Okay. So right now you see LB. If you hit menu again, you has LB, CS, and SL. Okay? So let's take a look at my notes real quick. There's 3 things you want to take a look at. Well, 2 technically. All right. SL. SL is your line stop distance. Okay? And now if you hit reset, so when you're doing, it is a little confusing to get used to, but right now I'm changing the setting with menu, LB, CS, SL. I'm going to go to SL first. Reset's the one that changes it or lets you see what the options are. There we go. 9. Okay. 9 and 3. That is how many feet the safety stop will stop your line as you're reeling in. So there's an automatic safety stop. You're reeling in, you're fighting a big fish, you're full throttle at 3 feet or 9 feet. It will stop and slow down so you don't damage your rod. I'm going to keep mine at 9. I don't really see a need to do 3 because you can do manual override and reel it in. So let's just keep this at 9. Let's look at the next. Then we're going to hit reset. That's going to go ahead and lock that in place. Okay. Now we're going to hold those two again. Then you're in a menu state. If you hit menu, it toggles through those 3 options. CS is actually not something you even need to touch. It's a manufacturer's code. Leave it alone. So now the only other one you have to deal with is LB. Now, what can you imagine LB is? That's your line diameter. So let's look at the line I'm going to use here. This is a little tricky. So I'm using 65-pound spider wire. Now, this only offers certain numbers. So this offers 40, 50, 60, 70. 40, 50, 60, 70. So you basically want to choose the one that's closest to the product you're putting on. I have 65 pound, so I'm going to say it's 60. So we're going to go to 40, 50, 60, but we're going to go ahead and lock that in with reset. This reel is set up for 60-pound line. Let's talk about line diameter. So I'm gonna go into the menu by putting both buttons. LB. I'm gonna choose that. Oops, hold on. LB, I choose it with reset. Now you have options 40, 50, 60, 70. So what this is actually saying is if you have 40-pound braid, it'll hold 1,650 feet. If you have 50-pound braid, it'll hold 1,150 feet. If you have 60-pound braid, it'll hold 1,000 feet. Now remember, I have 65-pound braid, so 1,000. If I have 70-pound braid, it'll hold 750 feet. So by me knowing that I have 65-pound, I know that I can hold that between 850 and 900 feet is the depth that I can fish. So those are the 3 things I wanted to show you. So CS was no value. It's a manufacturer's thing. Leave it alone. SL was your line safety. It can either be adjusted to 3 to 9 feet. And then LB is the pound of line you use. And that will allow you to know how much line you have there. I want to show you something that might confuse you. And it confused me too. Let's say you hold reset and you reset your line number. Okay. And then you want to hit your line up. You want to reel in. What's the problem? Why won't it go? You would expect this to go up. Now your pickup button will work, but your line will not reel in. And that's because that safety feature is set. So the reason we can test that is, let's back this out. I'm going to go, we're going to twist this until it hits 9. Remember that safety's on 9 feet? Okay. Let's go to 4. Does it work? No. Let's keep going. 5, 8, 9. Is it work on 9? No. Let's go to 10. Right past the safety. 10. It works. Brings it to 9. That's your safety stop. So if at any time you're messing around with this and you see that your safety will not work, I'm going to put it on 0, or your reeling in will not work, it's because that safety is triggered, and that's the reason. So if I have a fully spooled rod and I drop some line in, you're not going to have that issue. You have the pickup button you can pick up line with, and your reset button, and your throttle here. But remember, you got to have it at 9 or more feet. Okay, this is the last tip I have for you when you're out there using it. And this is super important. Like, I've been on guided trips before, and they tell you, like, if you get a bite, pull your rod out of the rod holder and set the hook. Sometimes that takes too long. This pickup button will go full throttle, retrieve. Look, full throttle. You can see it's saying as fast as it can go, right? If you get a bite and you want to set that hook, you hit your pickup line. Boom, boom. You set the line, you set the hook, you're good, you're in the game, and now you feather it to the desired speed you want or manually override it. But if you want to set that hook super fast, just hit pickup. Okay, last tip. Putting line on here. Now this video I'm not going to put line on. That's going to be on my full video. But I want to get in here and look at very closely. Look at that nub right there. In the center of the reel. Okay? On the spool. That is for hooking your line and reeling it in. Now, a lot of us would be inclined to tie a knot around there and cinch it down really tight, right? But what I want to tell you is that in the instructions it says not to do that. It says here, on number 1, when threading, do not tie a knot. Threading can be made easier by means of a pull hook. So I was a little bit concerned about this, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my line and I'm going to tie like a double knot like this. Let me show you. I'm going to put 2 loops through here. Okay. I'm going to make a small little knot. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to tie something like this on and just use tension, allow it to pull itself tight. Now, that does sound crazy because, like I said, you want to cinch it down on there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to follow what the instructions say and make a pull hook and allow it to pull it through the line. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I really hope the information helped you, and I hope you can get your Piscifun Kraken spooled up, ready to go for your next fishing adventure. Man, it's a little confusing at first try, but you can figure it out. Next step is to get your line on, and this video I'm not going to do that, but if you'll stay tuned and go ahead and watch my next video, I'm going to actually spool it up with a 65-pound spider wire camouflage braid. I'm going to put it on my custom Talon rod with a camouflage handle, and we're going to get out there in the water in the Pacific Northwest, in the deep water, chase some big lingcod. So if you love fishing, if you love lingcod, if you love all this content, please subscribe, stay tuned. God bless you. Thanks for watching Piscifun Fishing. Dang, that's nice.